Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another week of Dungeons and Dragons. We've been away for a little while, but I guess that it's fitting that we're back tonight on this lunar eclipse, if I'm not mistaken, blood moon, like the last lunar eclipse that we're gonna have for I think 3 years. Is what I heard. Um, to play some D&D. In our previous session, the party, after having parlayed with Shemeshka the Marauder and learning more about the ritual that they needed in order to sort of actualize their mission, trying to get out of hell, um, fought against a couple of dragon creatures whose deity they had offended, and managed to extricate themselves from La Titea del Diablo, the bar, only to find I guess you would say like a car park, a garage area for uh, the different types of motorbikes and other vehicles that people use to ride around through the Nine Hells. And after an almost absurdly uh, stumblingly matter of course exchange with a couple of Dragonborn who were under the charge of a certain Leo, apparently a fire elemental named Leo, told them to chase down information about the same party that you have been tasked with bringing back to these planes, whether through resurrection or some or other old magical ritual. And with a bit of wheeling and dealing, some soul coins were exchanged for platinum, which was used to power a a motorbike, um, is the lingo as you understand it. And you shoot off across the desert. Or I guess that you're sort of near the edge of yeah, it's like a flat plain that becomes desert over a cliff space. Um, but the pathway that you're directed towards seems to be a little bit more um, level ground, even if it's not very much giving to life. I believe that our Warforged character has been turned into a giant bat.
Giant what?
Uh,
That
a
Bat.
large bat, a fat bat, if you will.
he screams the word bat before he turns to a
Of
bat.
course.
That's yeah, as is custom.
I'm just a regular bat guy.
Human form.
The only other thing that I was thinking about that I feel like is a good preface for the state of things, being in hell as such, even with the party's immense positivity, which is kind of staving you off from the usual mental um, difficulties, psychological effects of being in hell, which most people face. It's that because of the spell plague, well, I was thinking about this like kind of question of like, why is it that party members, why is it that players heal just from like resting, and they're like, when we're talking about really extreme wounds and different ways that people play in this like questionable realistic thing. And I guess the most coherent answer is that there must be some kind of magic, like the weave that is uh, interlaced in this process, magical healing that happens in what we call a rest. And it every character, any person in the universe can access this weave. And
That's
so
the
with there
most
being a spell.
reasonable explanation for D&D rests I've ever heard.
Mhm. Well, I was
It
just
makes
thinking
so
about
much
it.
sense.
And because there's a spell plague, I would say that this resting has still been able to happen functionally for the characters because of your innate magic. But what I would add on to that as an addendum, and especially being in hell, that you probably notice a level of physical and light psychological exhaustion that is, I don't know, worthy of note. One of the like properties of the place, if you were looking at it from a detached perspective.
Do we feel it in any mechanical way, or is it just something we should take into account when role playing?
I would say the latter, because, like I said, your party in particular, and we discussed this, and I think it makes a lot of sense and is just funny to me, is so almost like aloof and positive that, like, the sort of anguish of the playing doesn't have any effect on any of you. You're just like, oh, I've been having headaches lately. Have you been noticing?
Yeah.
You all have nightmares when you're here. But even that, you're just like, interesting dreams.
So what was
Delightful.
the very last? The last thing that happened was we got the bikes and we like started driving away, right?
Yeah, you traded information for a contract from some of these Dragonborns who were working for Leo, and you sort of rode off along the path, the main pathway out in the direction away from whence you came. In this case, it would be sort of the like southeasterly ways.
Do we know? I know hell is
You
a
can,
place that's easy to get lost, but do we like have an idea of where we're supposed, like a lead on finding
yeah,
these people?
you have a crude map, and it is pointing you down. There's a black patch from where the road goes, and past that there are slopes, and it says the Hollow Hills, and beyond that are the crossroads, which is your destination. Um,
But we were also given a side task of some kind, right?
yes, of finding Maris,
Who is
a creature you've been tasked with targeting and deploying one useful like blow against, so
A
that
Balrog.
other can finish the job.
and where are they?
This information was not provided.
We just gotta find them.
Yeah.
Okay, well then. So we're just going straight to the crossroads. We're like on the road. I'm driving, right? How many do we have? Two?
Two
it's just
on the
us two.
bike and your companion. Yeah. This is your back companion. Because you are up in the air, would you be able to make a perception check for me as you begin to drive away from the establishment? And you sort of make it squarely out into the open road, winding plains, just flat, the occasional dead tree. The natural inclination would be to check where you're going.
Cool. I have. Am I making the check?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it in any way require audible senses, hearing?
Yes.
Good. I have fucking advantage on those. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, one's 19. The other is. Okay, 19. It's 19.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I need to roll something.
I'm a big bad bat. You can't catch me.
So, yeah, you are able to notice a couple of things. About equidistant from the direction in which you came is a series of pits from which some kind of pitchy smoke is being emitted, and you can faintly hear screams. But the sound of those screams pale in comparison to the whirring and roaring and amplified babblings of a witchy woman coming from the other direction. And you turn around and you notice that a large vehicle, some kind of tank thing, is shooting toward your party's vehicle. They just haven't quite noticed it yet.
Oh god.
This is exhilarating. The wind in my hair.
The bat can't.
Yeah.
speak. Can I just like
Real
flap in front
intelligence,
of
and you're
them?
just going, and you're
We're vibing.
What?
Can I just flap in front of them? Just like fucking like try and get in your attention.
they're down, right? Yeah. Well, this is what happens, and
Yeah.
Illican, notice a few things about the mantle. There are two buttons that have pictures of fire on the sort of speedometer, which just goes from 1 to 6. And you're coasting at about a 4, let's say. Good going. And you've discovered that the bottom one, it looks like sort of like the fire of an engine shooting out. And it gives you like a little nitrous boost.
How
And
would I
there's
know
all
that? I haven't pressed it yet.
the one in front of you presumably shoots out a fireball. Otherwise, it works basically like a motorcycle. It has brakes and can go.
I don't know what any of that means. You're acting like this should all be intuitive to me. I appreciate it, I guess.
Very well not be. I feel like there should be some kind of like knowledge check, just to see how well you're faring on this new type of vehicle. Give me
You're
one
like
sec.
part of a cult of knowledge. I'm assuming there's going to be some fucking gearheads in there. You know
It
what
for
I
sure
mean?
wouldn't have my proficiency in it.
Oh, yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
yeah.
also help as I'm also on this bike?
Oh,
I'm gonna backseat drive.
yeah, literally.
I mean, I think that you could do,
I just do intelligence
yeah, just like a general intelligence check, maybe.
or wisdom. I don't know which one applies more.
You could probably use a dexterity too, just by the nature of it, or strength. I mean, you could justify it in a lot of ways if you've ever ridden a motorcycle, you know.
Scary. No, thank you.
Probably
But yeah, no, I
intelligence
mean,
or
I'm just driving right now. I see my bat friend come down. Hello.
I do want to just get a feeler of like how you're handling it though, because you're going at a pretty high speed. Let's just say something in the environment changes. Your bat friend comes hurtling down suddenly.
Oh shit! I roll a 17.
Good. So you're able to maintain control of the bike. This is an increasingly windy area, and you notice in the distance, you notice plumes of smoke, but it's a pretty far ways away right now. Your bat friend has come fluttering down, and the road continues to curve along in front of you. Lots of turns. It's very windy, and there are large trees, and it looks like there are little slides of mud along. It's almost like a Mario Kart track that you're going down along.
I mean, I just keep ripping along, and
in the distance, you can hear a burr.
The hell was that? I nudged you behind me to look around me. My eyes. I have to keep my eyes on the road.
Perception.
Roll me a perception check.
12.
So you don't hear anything more over the roar of the engine, and the group of you continue to go through the roads.
Giannis is trying to speak, but Bat's speaking like not audible pitches, so it's like
Her friend is yeah. Just if both of you can make an insight check.
Oh gosh. I have
a really good insight. I got a 19 with
Oh,
a plus
I
8.
got a natural 20, 22.
Oh,
I think that this party by now is very psychologically linked, and this makes sense
so
to
I
me.
see.
People tell that your friend is
Yeah,
distressed.
in distress. Like, I yell at you. Do you not see how inconvenient it is for you to be in a bat consistently?
You can tell he's trying to say something back, but it's just not working.
Yes,
He's a bat.
I see you're trying to say something back.
What are you trying to tell us,
It's
Giannis?
not working.
Giannis
Is there a
doesn't
boy
have
stuck in a
hands.
well?
He keeps trying to like point using his head, but it's just he doesn't have hands.
Okay, well, I gather from his gestures, and I look in that direction, or I nudge you to look in that direction.
Okay, so it's at this point that you see from out of the darkness a very large tank vehicle with what looks like a mantle of a devil face on it, with two smaller devil faces. And then from there, it's almost like an 18-wheeler, but just engine and coiled pipes running along it, shooting off exhaust and different persons. And at the helm of this vehicle is a night hag speaking into a microphone that's being emitted out, which comes closer and closer into it. And she says, "It's Mad Maggie, bitches!" And the vehicle actually shoots out over one of these mudslides in front of your vehicle. And let's roll initiative.
Oh, do I have to do like one of the Akira slides on my motorcycle to come to a stop?
We'll say that you're both going along. This is just where the road stops sort of winding out and becomes a bit straighter and more open. There's not just like a single path yet. But there are the occasional trees that are here and there littered across the plains.
I get a 22.
I got 16.
Very cool. If you could pop that in the chat.
I got 6 as a bat.
So it's a big war tank with Mad Maggie on it. How many other creatures are poking out of it? Or on
You can
it?
see that there's a lot of space inside, and you can hear the sounds, or you notice windows with multiple creatures littered inside of it. At the top and at the helm, you can count at least 6 immediately creatures of various types, um, including a flame skull in particular stands out. Was there at Mad Maggie's side, a flaming skull, sort of a larger than a regular skull for sure, almost 3 foot tall, it covered in fire. Let me get your initiatives now. And it was 6. Janus?
Yeah. Sad. It's not easy being a bat, but someone's got to do it.
No,
Oh, yes.
they don't.
Non-verbal. Okay, Illican, you're the first to act. What do you do?
Okay.
You and this vehicle are both pedaling ahead, but it is in front of you. As far as you can tell, you're going about the same speed at present, but you know that this bike can go faster.
Sure. Um, we are not racing. So what I'm going to do is I want to try and whip it into a maneuver to where like they keep going and I go another direction, like like
Oh,
off like into like the woods and try and like it's I don't know, somehow lose them. Um, I have all
mhm.
these spells I want to cast. It just takes so much goddamn time to cast them.
And the spell plague.
Bah. um,
I guess that I just need to know, do you shoot left or right?
dude, hold on one sec.
Bat.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at a few things on my character sheet real quick. It's been a while.
It's fine. No, don't sweat it.
Can I ask what's on either side of us?
Um, so most of what you're able to see out in any direction is just blank space. You do, as you are looking around, notice that the sky above you is darkening and has darkened, and that there is coming up over the cliffs, the slopes in the distance, um, is what appears to be a blood red moon. As far as anything else that you're able to see, probably just out and up ahead, um, you're able to see what looks like um, a massive valleys and or like sudden gulches with smoke coming from them. But that's very, very far in the distance, like about as far out as you're able to see, because you're on a bit of an incline too, and beginning to go slightly downhill.
Okay. So what I want to try and do is, as I whip left, I want to cast Dispel Magic on their motor machine, just to like see if anything happens by doing that. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's only vocal and somatic, so I'm like whipping left, and I can like keep fingers on the wheel, but like be doing the gestures. I don't know. I just want to cast Dispel Magic on their machine to see if that hinders it in any way.
Okay, give me 1 second. What? Well, it's not exactly against a certain spell, but
It says
just it
choose one
stipulates.
creature, object, or magical effect. I know, and I'm just saying these are obviously magical devices. This is like, it's so yeah. I'm not saying it's a spell that's on it, but maybe it does something. I'm gonna try.
Okay, you just have to make a save.
I make a check versus. Well, it technically, yeah, it is a check versus this whatever spell level it would be considered.
Okay, if you want to make that check.
17.
Cool. So you see if there is any, like, because I imagine. Oh, roll me a
Maybe,
D100 also.
oh yeah, like maybe it burns their fuel for their soul coin or something. Um,
Ooh,
90.
90. Very cool. If you could roll me two more D100s.
10. 56.
Okay. So there is a discharge of magic, and uh, some shoot off in the direction of the vessel and seem to find some sort of purchase. And suddenly you hear the words of the dragonborn that you had a conversation previously with. We took those bikes off of the hag, Mad Maggie, Mad Maggie, Mad Maggie, Mad Maggie.
Okay.
I'm mad, bitches.
Cool, we've
And
got her
so,
bikes.
yeah, that becomes kind of apparent in the instant. As far as you can tell, there were no other noticeable effects, but it does appear as if there is some sparkling magic that is around the bicycle itself, as if it had been imbued with a type of magic as it goes forward.
Oh no.
Shoots. It almost appears to ride a little bit more easily.
I did
Less
that to.
resistance than
Wait, I made our bike better or theirs?
yours.
Oh, okay, thank God. Thank you.
Yeah. So that is your action, I think, yeah. Is there anything else that you want to do on your turn?
I mean, I whip left, and is it an action to press a button, or would be considered an item interaction?
I think that would be considered an item interaction.
I press the one where there's flames coming out of the back of the bike.
Yeah, that's cool. You can tell that they just did that. So you boost off, and I need. um, you're held in there pretty well, but your companion, I need you to make a save. If you could just make a strength saving throw, Nell.
12.
It's like when you're the one driving, you're all like anchored to the vehicle, and you're fine when you're making those hard turns, but everyone else is like, whoa, whoa.
So you're actually cast off the bike now.
Shit.
Bat. It's going.
How big?
Oh god!
How big of a bat are
Yeah,
you?
you are able to see this.
Can you grab her? Are you large enough?
I don't know if it
will.
makes any difference, but I do have proficiency with strength.
Hold up.
Well, it
It
wouldn't
would
have
have just
changed
added
how
to
you.
you.
Okay.
It would have just added to your
Yeah,
roll.
alright.
If
I'm
you
a
did
large-
have, I mean, something that you could use to try and like a reaction to pull yourself back to it, or like an item that you could, like if you had a grappling hook or something like that. You can tell that these are very sturdy machines. And
I
if you had
have
something,
I have a rope.
You don't have time to manipulate all of that when
No.
you're falling off of a motorcycle.
No.
nope,
Can I try and
nope,
grab
not
you?
unless you just like have something. I guess that's not the case. So you go stumbling off of the road and take a little bit of damage as you fall.
Can I try and catch her? I'm a big bat. I'm a large beast.
I don't think that you're quite close enough. Well,
Damn.
yeah, I
Or maybe not right now, but you can pick her up on your turn, maybe.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
nice.
We're gonna say that it's 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you stumble from this bike.
You should say
Some
something
stuff.
else.
The
Ah.
the big vehicle has continued. It's not facing you, so on its turn, it's going to whip to the left and shoot off in the direction of the bicycle, of the motorcycle. Just need to make one check really quickly.
Am I in the path of this?
You're not in the path of it. It's past
Okay.
you. So, um, that's cool. Yeah. So the bike shoots off in the direction of the motorcycle, and it is your turn. What do you do? It's shot like 500 plus feet away in an instant.
Well, I'm watching my companions get further and further away. I think I'm going to try and get Yanusa's attention because I thought that was my best bet to catch up with everyone. I don't
Well-
think there's anything.
And Yanus is also still there.
Oh,
Left.
okay.
So it's just the two of you together, as it were, now. And Illican.
I think
Like, in the distance, this is backcountry. Goodbye.
I have 60 feet speed. It's fine. I can carry you at mostly bike pace. So long as he doesn't hit the gas too hard.
I just hit the turbo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there was a little.
We're never seeing
mushroom
Illican
on the
again.
dashboard, and
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get Yanusa's attention and try and get on his back.
I think Yunus would already be keeping his attention on his wounded friend. It would be like,
Yeah.
you fell off the bike, are you okay?
I'm
You come
fine.
down,
I'll be fine. Let's just go.
Your face.
Yeah, it's all back squeaking. Like,
You've gotten used to
I
this.
I can
We had
speak to
an oversight
animals,
rule.
so we
Yeah.
have an understanding.
We do, 100%. Also, Eunice is a very simple person. But yeah, if you just want to jump on Eunice's back, like that's an option. Like it's chill.
Okay,
I'll say
yeah, I will
that
do
the
that.
two of you begin heading off in the direction towards Illican. And Illican, you're on the bike right now. You can tell that you've got a sizable gain. You also notice that on the right, on the distance, are what appear to be almost like tar pits or sand pits or some kind of pits. You can see a sign in the distance that says "Pits of Pestilence." Um, green
I
wooden
have a
sign.
question. You
Ask.
remember that? What are they called? The Coven Stone, the Hag Eye, the was that
You had a
the
hag.
Hag Heart? Yes. Was that the
Gave it to
previous party or this party?
that was this party.
Do I have
No,
that?
that's this party.
Hmm?
And it was given to Strix.
Hmm?
It was the previous party, and it was given to Strix Beestinger.
Damn. All right. Well, that's okay. Crumple that plan up. Throw that out the window. I've got a pretty sizable lead on them. Would you say that I can make a large enough gap that if I were to stop, I would have at least 1 minute until they arrived? Do I
You
feel
note that
like I have that much of a lead?
well, make an intelligence check.
Doop doop doop. 19.
19. Yeah. You think that intuitively, you think that this bike is faster than that vehicle. And so you are able to time it to whatever extent. Yeah, with that kind of roll, we can say that you can definitely make the attempt and feel pretty confident about when it's going to happen. And if you want, like if it takes a minute to cast, but the thing hasn't come yet, you think that you could hold the effect to have it
What
cast
I
under certain.
want to do is I want to prepare a magic circle that
Mhm.
they will like set it up to where like I'm on the other side of it and they will inevitably enter the circle. Hold on. Um, hold on. Let me just read how it works again real quick. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to create a broken magic circle. I know it's a wild plan, so it might take some ingenuity on my part, but I want to create a broken magic circle that either the hag or the whole contraption will enter into, that I will then complete once they're in it. But I would have to choose either Fae or Fiend to trap in there. So I could I'm trying to trap either the hag or all of the infernal beings. I know it's a wild plan, but like like when you got that box with a stick under it, and you got candy go into the stick to the box, and then you yank it. Like that's I'm trying to do the magical version of that. And I can leave the bike like in the circle, but how do I get Maggie to get on the bike? Can I roll to see if I can think of a clever way to lure her onto the bike into the circle? I know this is crazy. This is the idea I have though.
I'm going to say that you you whip the bike to a stop. You have this thought. You want to make a magic circle. You know that you have just enough time to do it. You could use the bike as bait.
Can I determine the the type of creature when I complete it? Like once something's standing inside it?
You actually can use one or more of the types of creatures, so you could have it affect.
Oh, it says one or
fiend.
more. Oh my god. It solves it all right there. Fae and Fiend,
Yeah.
please.
And fiend. Got it.
But yeah, so I'm like, I've got my holy water and powdered silver, and I'm crushing and dispensing it out. But I'm also covering it with some dirt, so it's like hidden, And then I leave the portion. I like listen to them coming. I angle the open portion towards them. I put the bike. Um, uh, it's a 10-foot radius circle. So yeah, I'll put the bike right on the other side of the circle. Not inside the circle, but like on the other side. 'Cause then I can still use the bike. If this works, I'll still have the bike.
Yeah, yeah, you can get the bike out, and that's good. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, jeez. What do I do? So yeah, I'm thinking about. I'm making the circle while I'm thinking
Right.
about what the best
can
way
hear-
to like actually get them out of their vehicle or otherwise to it.
In the distance, you can hear the horn go again, and the intercom more clearly. Mad Maggie is coming for you. I just want
please
my
tell me,
bicycle.
Do I have any kind of illusions? I'm a cleric. Fuck.
Sounds like a character from Rick and Morty.
Ah, fuck.
You're working this magic circle ritual. The vehicle gets closer and closer. I can see you. It shoots up over a small hill, and you see it coming in your direction. The ritual is just finishing. I need you to roll me a D100, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's a hag. A deal! I'd like to make a deal! 95.
25.
I'm like sprinkling the last bits of silver. A deal, hag. I hear hags dealing deals, especially ones in hell.
I like
And,
to imagine we're watching this from a distance and we just see Illican stop
Oh
and
yeah,
just
you're
throwing
flying
stuff
up in the air.
everywhere.
So you're able to see this in a distance. The large hellfire. Oh gosh, what's it called? Hellfire engine, pops and shoots sideways, and there's a skit of like dirt and mud, and the vehicle skirts that sideways in your direction and comes into the space just outside of the magic circle, which crackles and expands and shoots out in twice its direction, with lightning striking out from it. It's like a green flame.
Green flame!
And you can hear Maggie say, "Oh, fuck me."
And since I'm not part of the circle, hopefully, the last thing I'd try and do is just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you are able to run back with the bike.
I'm like wheeling it
and-
along.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy.
The earth kind of shakes and quivers underneath you, but it doesn't affect you any deleterious way. And
Thank
you can
you.
hear
Ogma.
a
Thank you.
voice
Ogma.
from the circle. You can see a number of creatures have gotten down off of this bike. What looks like a larger than usual night hag. There are several imps that are fluttering around, and a couple of red caps that you can see pounding against this barrier.
Oh, thank you, Ogma. I did it.
Now, I wouldn't get too excited just yet. I've got other creatures that can come and eat your lunch. Get out of this magic circle. So if you want to make a deal, walk up and let's make a deal. These are best circumstances you're going to get.
My arms. Yes. Yes, hag, we shall be dealing. But not
And
to your
Maggie-
liking.
It's on her mind to have to deal with this motorcycle nonsense. Zariel's finally come down from the heavens, as I've been predicting for well nigh 60 years.
I'm going to let her ramble. And And so I'm going to immediately begin working on my next spell. This magic circle is going to last an hour, and it's going to take me an hour to cast Planar Binding. I'm going to attempt to bind this hag to our service.
So I imagine what it looks like in game. The group of you begin to fly, and Mad Maggie's just kind of forgotten the reason why she was here, and her minions are too scared to intervene because they know how she gets when she starts rambling about Zariel. And so, in the meanwhile, you can hear all about this conspiracy of different dark powers that have been communing with high-level clerics within the Church of Lathander in order to gain access and influence to a particular angel named Zariel, who they are attempting or have attempted to lure into the planes of the Nine Hells. And they were successful, apparently, in this attempt. And it's about at this point that you, Janus, and Nell come into the scene,
The
and you
whole
can see
time
your
she's talking, the whole time she's talking, I'm just standing here, letting her, doing like jutsus in front of her, holding this gem and praying to Ogma.
Well, how do you react to this, Janus and Nell?
I just pat Eunice on the head and it's like, oh, he's at it again. Praying to Ogma.
Janus turns into a person.
Oh
no! Well, not from like a height, from like a normal height. And he's just like, oh yes, how quaint. I wonder what she's talking about. And like he's gonna go engage Maggie in conversation, just like largely kind of like bouncing off what she's saying, just like, oh, please tell me more about that. Yes.
And I'm just watching Illicarn with interest.
Oh, a
And-
minority did this, did they? How interesting.
Give me 1 second. She said, yeah, I was in Garland at the Misty Sieve, and I met a doppelganger named Gary. And Gary told me that he had been snuck inside of the Bronze Citadel pretending to be a pit fiend, pretending to be a human. And Gary managed to get to the very top of the brass portal. Ended up going and listening in on a conversation with the Hateful Eight. There were 9 people there. But Gary was able to, and has seen beyond, into the beyond.
The Spiteful Nine. Wow.
No fiend or ever meant to see.
Cool. Do I have to roll anything to keep her talking while, Ogma guy over here does his Ogma
You don't
stuff?
need to do anything. She's trapped in a circle within my range. You can
Oh,
talk
cool.
to her all you like.
Oh, nice.
Kind of lost in the sauce.
Hell yeah.
Mad Maggie. Oh, it was one of the worst days of my life. That's saying something when you get to being around Avernus, all the magic fucked up with the spell plague. I can't. Oh.
And I am going to cast this with my 6th level slot.
You notice, say that we're about 15, 20 minutes in, a couple of Kenku pop up from the side of the large vehicle, which is bigger than the magic circle, but which is the magic circle is actually expanded out to encompass the length of the thing itself, which is about 50, 60 feet across. And from some unseen doorway, a couple of Kenku come peek their heads out.
Don't let them touch me.
I'm gonna ready my bow just in case.
Oh, excuse me, Maggie. 1 second. I need to go attend to this. But please keep talking.
So you can step into the magic circle, but then you'll be able to be attacked by all the fiends and Mad Maggie in there if you wanted to. But the Kenkus, they aren't bound by it, so they're going to be able to walk out.
Oh, cool. Then Janus is gonna make his excuses to Maggie and then go help
Because Mad
intimidate
Mag
on these people.
check.
Hmm?
Mad Maggie needs to make a check. And it's almost as if she snaps to suddenly. She looks over the group of you and she says, Mad Maggie, where am I? This is about the goddamn bicycle, isn't it? Oh, son of a bitch, Mad Maggie. You three are just the most interesting adventurers I must have met in, well, on Neon.
She is ours for 10 days.
You haven't finished your ritual yet.
Oh, wait, what?
You haven't finished your ritual yet.
Oh, she's trying to
It's
trick
only
me.
like
I keep going.
left. And Mad Maggie says there's some kind of aura of positivity around you that doesn't make any sense being in this here parts of the plains. So you wanted to make a deal. It's a spell casting creature. You cast your spell.
It was
think
a
you can get away
ruse.
to. Well, I happen to know what spell you're casting. My boys can shoot one arrow and have you having to start all over again.
Yonder, stand in front of me.
Okay. Literally zero questioning.
Me, my
Well-
shield.
We don't need to resort to violence, I believe.
That's what I'm trying not to do.
Mad Maggie, may I call you Mad?
Maggie. Mad Maggie. Call me Mad Maggie.
Okay, 2 words, that's fine. Say, we could give you the locations of the ones who stole this bike in the first place. And then we can give you the bike back when we're done. And by means of rent, I suppose we could Giannis looks around to you guys, clearly
And
needing
then you
help.
will do our bidding for 10 days.
You can do our bidding for 10 days, yes.
Having to do anybody's bidding for 10 days or any length of time. I have to pass on that. If you keep doing that spell, we're going to pump you full of iron.
Nell, come stand in front of me.
I'm gonna point my bow at arrow. I'm gonna like alternate between the Kenku and her.
No, don't worry about her.
Well,
Just making a point though.
There are two Kenku on either side. They haven't quite left the barrier yet.
do you think your guys can really take all 4 of us? You know?
There's 4 of
Or-
us.
Giannis is
yeah.
gonna summon a fae.
Oh.
There's 4 of us now. Like a smoke pellet. Just like...
Illican and I were just sharing a look then.
Hey,
4.
Yeah, so summon fae is 1 action, and it's I don't know if I can do 6 level spells. I don't know why it's let me pick up to 6th level. But I can summon fae. I should be able to do it at the 6th level actually. Yeah. Cool.
okay.
Yeah. Hold up. When you cast this level, you're using a 4th or higher. Use the higher level wherever it appears in the stat block. Right.
Give me 1 second. Get some water.
That's absolutely cool. How do I roll this?
I really want to bind this hag to our bidding. I've never seen anyone use these spells in any game ever, so it'd be cool to see them do something.
Honestly, yeah, we always kind of just absolutely wreck shop on every hag that we've seen so far.
I want to turn the tables on this bitch.
Right, I just put summon thing on this.
This is for Muad'Dib.
Yeah. This is for that one time Grant stole a heart and didn't know what to do with it and gave it back like out of sheer awkwardness.
So yeah, you can begin to see the magic manifesting in this magic circle space, wisp of yellow and purple magic crackling. The sky above you continues to become a darker and more sinister shade of red with every passing minute. Clouds forming off in the distance and their strikes of lightning. And you have Mad Maggie in this enlarged magic circle where she glares at you and has begun attempting to sort of parlay with you in more sincere terms, which you're essentially ignoring, I guess. Is that where we are?
Yeah, I mean,
Are we? Yeah.
there is so much, as a justification for the character, there is so much knowledge to be gained by having a hag at your whims. We can get so much out of this, and Ogba is a god of knowledge, so I'm all for having this. Like this, is fine. Like,
Okay, I'm just
yeah,
thinking that
yeah.
that's your strategy.
No, yes. Yeah, yeah. I think any adventurer worth their salt understands that any hag worth their salt is going to be using sweet words and spinning yarns for you to get out of a situation that they find themselves in, which is not often. Usually they have the upper hand, and anytime they don't, they start getting real crafty. So I'm just not listening to anything she's saying, and I'm continuing to cast my spell. And I warn my allies, you're going to have to kill those Kenkus.
Cool.
Mad Maggie doesn't think that this has to descend down into violence just
Then have
because
them
we're in the
drop their
lower.
weapons.
Doesn't mean they don't have their hands. Hands are clean. They do have daggers at their waists.
What if they're magicians? They can shoot fireballs out their hands. Put their hands in the other direction.
What those Kenku could do to you with just their hands.
That doesn't make me
If you
feel
move, I
safer.
will shoot them. They won't get within 3 feet of us.
Please, my friend Tina Fey came
Also,
all the
I
way
have
here.
if I can, have my shield like planted in the ground, like in front of me. I'm kind of kneeling, so I'm not like
Yeah,
completely behind it, but just so I can still benefit from its AC bonus.
of course. Absolutely. Yes. Um, that's totally fine. And she calls into the ship and she says, Mickey, try and turn this around to give us a better vantage point from the front. And you can hear as the vehicle turn and the face of it is now in your direction. And she says, well, Mad Maggie doesn't always like having to resort to threats, violence, and ensured destruction, as
Oh,
it were.
I have an idea.
I'm just trying to return this vehicle belongs to me. It's part of my fleet. For my gang, the Knucklebusters, as we just fight and scrap for survival out in the Nine Plains now. According to what's right in the justice of the areas here, I could make sure
While
that
she's
none of you keep.
rambling, I want to try
Yeah.
and mutter to one of them, y'all may need to get in there and turn that thing away from me.
Okay.
Unless you think this is all not worth it. We are 3.
We do have Tina Fey with us.
4.
It's fine.
She has a vote
See,
then too. What does Tina think about it?
I can picture is Tina Fey.
What does Tina Fey actually think of it? Like, I think Giannis would
Did you
turn
have
to
to
her.
roll for wild magic for that?
Oh yes, and what kind of creature is the Fey that you're trying to summon?
It's just a small Fey creature, so
Like a
6th
pixie?
level. It has AC 18 and HP 90 because it's at 6th level. What am I rolling? D100.
Yeah.
Nice. 59.
So you can go up to the next level.
Nice.
Yeah. Or it happens anyways.
Tina Fey
Whatever.
buff. Okay, cool. Well,
So-
Tina Fey has face steps, so I think are we gonna jump these people? Has it been decided?
I'm staying here and waiting for them to make the first
Wait,
move.
Mostly,
If they
specific
if
move,
you can manipulate them into moving their tank to not be pointing at me, and or just in
Wait.
any way make sure they don't hurt me.
are the Kenkus out of the circle? They're not influenced by the circle, are they?
just
Ooh.
Oh, actually, I think they might be repelled from it.
is it a spirit?
No,
Oh yeah, your fake creature.
you know it
Get-
says. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I'm just trying to find the it's challenge rating 6 or lower. Oh, I see the
I
spell,
think
but
it might be.
it's a-
So it's a third level conjuration that I've cast at level 6. So technically level 7 actually. So
yeah.
she's yoked. She's so strong.
Yeah, it's just in the spell, and then you like add modifiers to the creature block.
Yeah. So I think I have an idea for when we attack. So I think Tina is going to face step and use Mirthful on the driver so that he's charmed and can't drive towards Tina. Like,
Is the driver a Kenku?
or is the driver a truck? Is it just a
You-
sentient truck?
Notice at the helm what appears to be a flesh golem.
Oh, no wisdom.
Who is aloof, can't be charmed if you attempt to charm it.
Well, it's a good thing that's a bonus action then. I guess that probably starts the fight, but that's fine. In that case, oh, it can fill a 5-foot cube within 5 feet of it of magical darkness, which lasts until the end of its turn. It's just gonna black out the truck driver. Like their entire cabin is just
Nice.
Darkness encases them. There's no sound or indication that comes from the driver's seat.
Wild magic.
oh shoot. Well,
Yeah, I still do need that wild magic roll. Thank you,
I did
Keith.
roll for the wild magic before, and that was a 59.
Yep, I got that one
Oh, this one's a bonus one. Shit.
for the
Mhm.
other thing.
No. 61.
Cool. So the entire magic circle is encased with darkness.
Anyone got a silence while you're at it?
Well, it is a bonus. It's fine. Okay, cool. Do we have to roll for initiative then? Because Tina just blew her bonus actions. Unless I'm allowed to attack as an ambush.
We don't want initiative. I don't. 'Cause this is gonna. I still have like 45 minutes left on this spell.
Did we ever leave initiative?
5 minutes?
Really.
Oh gosh.
There has
That's-
been more camping. So you shoot those things into the dark. Say that again. You want to attack?
No. It's just literally darkness so that so that the driver can't see where we are.
And Mad Maggie chuckles. It'll just be more devastating if we pull you in this way.
True.
Now, are we gonna talk? Is this enough pretense? Is this enough foreplay? I would like my bicycles back so
Does
I can
Mad
deal with
Maggie
all
have-
this nonsense with Zariel and the Blood War. And we've got a vantage on you, and we know things. Maggie knows things about the group of you and what's coming to keep you safe.
Do you happen to know about
Might even be able to help you without having to bind us to your service.
Do you know about who we're looking for?
Right?
This way we can assure that you do our service and help us. I mean, I don't really see why we'd let you have free will in this situation.
My gang isn't gonna let you guys just
They will
you
when you
know,
tell them to.
order Mad Maggie around. No. We've got bylaws in the Knucklebusters. If anyone were to take over Mad Maggie's soul and mind, which is crazy and prone to getting used for misdeeds and nefarious schemes by planar parties and adventurers, then there is a bounty set on your head by my gang, and it's a rather generous reward. I don't think that's really a good idea. You can have my mind. I can help you out as best I can, but you have to kill my whole crew of 50 creatures.
Is she telling the truth?
Yeah.
An insight check.
18.
14.
11.
Mad Maggie's hard to read. Have you reverted back yet? I guess, Janus?
Yeah, he
Did you
did.
have
Oh,
He
yeah.
said he said he turned back a while ago.
Yeah. Yanni's turned back as
We
soon
were
as
both on the ground.
That's how I
Mm,
summoned Faye, because otherwise I wouldn't, I need to be able to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Mad Maggie's a bit hard to read. She's frantic and manic, but as far as you can tell, she's telling the truth.
Hmm.
I feel like we could take your crew, and then there wouldn't be any problem with that bounty.
Well, I suggest you get started now, because they, you've only got so much time left for this magic circle, and Mad Maggie thinks that you're going to need it. For the imps, it might be like shooting in a barrel, but there's all this darkness now. They're going to have the upper hand. And there's still the subject of the flame skull.
The flames.
Really. Never fought a flame skull before?
We could just
You know
leave them
what's-
here for the rest of the time.
I like the idea of trying to persuade her to help us fight the Balrog. Like, Giannis is gonna call a team huddle and just be like, "Conference, 1 second," and just gonna whisper while Illico is doing his jutsu and just be like, "Can we just get them to drive their truck into the Balrog and give us a lift? Like, I really don't I don't know how necessary.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
But one of them charmed, and there's gonna be like 50 of them.
Look,
if there's 50 of them, we're gonna have
this
to
was
charm a
an-
lot of people.
This was an idea I've always wanted to try, and I made it in the spur of a moment, and I'm afraid I've gone too far to turn back now.
Understandable.
How
Right, back to
long
it.
is this thing gonna take us?
I don't
Like,
know,
we
like
just stay
30
here the
more
whole
minutes?
Yeah.
How long do we have left on the
We're really-
circle?
The exact same amount of time.
Oh,
Alright, cool. So, do we have any spells or anything that could help us people here? Because I think Tina Fey can't charm the driver. The driver's a flesh golem. Can I insight to see if there's anything I can do to mess up flesh golem?
The magic circle is now covered in darkness, as it were, so you can't see anyone, which would make it harder to target them with most magical and non-magical.
I have dark vision. I can see in darkness shades of grey up to 60 feet. Does that help?
No.
I also
Right.
want God.
Magical darkness, I think that it is different.
It
There are
is.
certain types of darkness that are opaque, even to people with dark vision. And even if you could see in darkness, you're not inside of it. You're on the outside of this darkness. So you would probably have, if at most, reduced or diminished vision in
No,
the
you can't
magical
see
darkness.
into magical darkness whatsoever.
Okay.
Anything.
So how long does this darkness last?
Like a minute.
Tina, can you get rid of the darkness?
Another couple. It's been more than a minute, and the darkness is still there.
Tina, please. Is Tina like shaking her head at me, like
Yeah.
doing the like jack off sign, like fucking like. Forget about it.
Very plus Rip Tina is just.
We can just get on the bike and leave.
We could just get on the bike and we'd
What
have a
about
good.
spell
Wait,
waves?
that only rides 2 people. What about
If
Tina?
you go off down, you can make it to the crossroads, okay. But if you don't go right off onto your mission, you're gonna have a lot of trouble in your hands, and not just one type of trouble neither. Mad Maggie's seen into the veil. She knows who you are.
Guys, I think I might
And
have fucked up.
you know we didn't take your bikes. Why were you chasing us?
A lot of Morglorp, okay? Once you take enough Morglorp, you get to see into other dimensions and know stories about people you never met. Have you ever met Mad Maggie?
Can't say well until
Yes.
now. Could honestly have done without it.
So yeah,
Illican.
Illican personally, he's afraid he's gone too far, and his only choice is to follow through with it. So it's going to be up to y'all if there's going to be any deviation from that.
Giannis is going to kind of clap his hands, which sounds like a big. It sounds like 2 saucepans like clanging together. It's just going to be like, okay,
Let's make a deal.
For a deal. We were at a crossroads in hell. Let's have a competition. You said you have substances and training things. Well, my friend here is very talented and can take the human drugs really well, can't you?
Okay, wait. How about this?
Ooh.
We make a deal
talking
for
to?
the things that we would have wanted from you anyway. And in exchange for you doing those things, I won't bind you.
Oh, but I want to devil goes down to Georgia them. I want to get Nell to like compete with them in like a test of strength or something.
Oh yeah, so or you can play a golden fiddle, which would sound horrible.
Let's do a golden fiddle. We're at a crossroads.
Crossroads is actually on the
we're adjacent
on the other
to a
side.
crossroads.
Of Pestilence, not quite at a crossroads yet.
Well, we can move like 50 feet, aside from you two, obviously.
Making a deal, that's for sure.
Devil
Are
So
most
what is
of them
Mad
outside
Maggie?
the vehicle?
I understand that these are ideal negotiating conditions. You can't see us. And you don't know how much power we have to fucking ruin your days. You know. And say that right now we're just about even.
Yes. So, how about
What
this?
would you, Maggie, do?
First, we need to locate and restore a specific group of adventurers. Second, we need help finding Maris and dealing a strike to it.
Maris?
Third, take us the fuck home. Get us the shit out of here.
You must be madder than Maggie to want to hunt after Maris.
This is
I'll do it.
Shomeska's mission.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, did she say she'll do it?
She really likes the group of you.
Oh. Well, thank you. You're pretty cool
Thanks,
too.
Will.
And in exchange, I will not
Compliment
bind you,
her.
and you will not harm us.
Mad Maggie wouldn't want to harm any of you.
They
Do
should
I
call you
know?
Nice Maggie.
Do I believe
Be-
her?
You are the
Please
least
share
sincere
the
sounding
bad
person I've
sounding.
met. And that's saying a lot.
Giannis believes it 100%. It's just like,
Mad Maggie just wants to know how it is that you can keep your positivity down here in the plains of Avernus and Bator. Mad Maggie'd like to get a peek inside those dreams of yours that you've been having every night.
You may not
In
have
exchange-
my dreams.
I will follow you down into the plains, the dark column as it's known where Maris rests. So help us all. Oh my goodness. Mad Maggie was never religious, never followed Asmodeus, nowhere. But we're gonna need a higher hand to be on our side if we want to make it out. Down from the pits where Maris stays. Isn't that right, everyone? And there's a jeer. Burr, burr. I think we have a deal then.
Speak to me the terms of the deal.
We haven't agreed to anything just yet.
Mad Maggie will follow you down into these trenches of the Dark Column, hunt after Maris. It won't do any immediate harm to the group of you, neither me nor the Knucklebusters. And in exchange, you will cease that god-awful ritual.
And the party we seek?
We will deliver you safely to the crossroads.
And home afterwards?
Afterwards, Shemeshka is the one who have to get you out of here.
Yes.
Mad
right.
Maggie can help you with that.
I was just
If
getting
I
to the
did-
good part of the ritual too.
Guys, I think this might be the best offer we get.
I'm never going to get to do this ritual.
I think it's probably for the best. I don't like the idea of charming a
One more
person, you
deal.
know.
You will give me an imp to bind to my service.
What?
That
We can
one.
give you an imp.
Look,
Clyde here. And it appears in the shape of a little ghost.
Now
And
I'm
then it
going
takes
to
the-
finish the spell on him because, by God, this is a good part of it too.
Go ahead and roll me a D100 as the hour draws to a close and Mad Maggie pulls the darkness aside.
Clyde is just like, you don't have to do this. I'm gonna go with you.
So this is a great 59 minutes.
Got
My
50,
job,
leave it to me.
57.
57 in a row. Yeah, the magic binds into them and this creature becomes bound as your servant. You also feel as if you become mutually interfused and you gain one property of this creature. Give me one moment.
Can I go invisible?
Nice.
That would be cool.
You get a house. It's a literal
I'll
sense
get
of
one of his
property.
properties. Oh my god.
Yeah.
A landed
Um,
imp. Wow.
Yeah, we'll say that you gain Devil's Sight. Magical darkness doesn't impede your dark vision.
There it is.
And you can polymorph into a raven.
Wow.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
All right. Clyde? Oh, Clyde, that was
Be
your
ravens
name.
together, Eunice.
Hmm?
You could be
Clyde?
ravens together, Eunice.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Clyde, that is
Bah.
your name.
Yeah, that's my name, Clyde.
All right, cool. Do your thing.
This one seems to definitely enhance its polymorphing abilities such that it can become almost like an amorphous blob. It chooses the Pac-Man ghost as its default form.
Janus does not fucking like the noise it makes. Like after 3 minutes of it, he's like, "Will you stop?"
All right, do your thing, but do it more quietly. Welcome to the party.
What?
God. All right, and the bubble drops.
Mad Maggot felt like I was wearing a corset made out of devil bones.
It was good. Yes.
Mm.
You can't say
Not
that my prowess wasn't competent.
Oh, you clerics, so goddamn arrogant.
Says a hag.
Well,
They're flirting.
me,
Aren't they flirting?
my girls get the job done when we need to, but do you even know what kind of creature Maris is?
A
No.
Balrog.
Oh, yes.
We do.
A Balrog? Yeah. Huh. I don't think that your characters wouldn't know.
Well,
I think
obviously we do.
Shemeska did tell us.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think Shemeska did tell us.
I don't know
No, she
how else we would
didn't.
know. I mean, I
Okay.
think the fact that we know means we were told.
It's this is one of those player knowledge
Is it?
character
I
knowledge.
I
think
don't know what.
Ruzo knew this.
Because we found out about this because Niles said that there were
Yeah.
rumors that his wife was a Balrog, but Shemeshka would have very purposefully hidden this information from the group of you. And
Her name
because
is
we
also
know
Maris.
in the canon, like that
Well,
is
right.
just
The whole
what is.
time, or at least this whole session, Elicon's been. I don't know. It's just some creature. We've got to hurt it.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that you just like instantly felt it as a Balrog in your bones is still funny and acceptable. And Mad Maggie says, "Well, down in the very dark pits, it's all darkness." Mad Maggie doesn't know quite how to even imagine. The pathway circles down in a spiral that Maris can open up and close at her will. They say that she's been trying to get out of this dimension for years, but that nothing ever could come along that could banish her back to the abyss, back to her lover. She's stranded and stuck here down in Avernus, and that dark column is her prison. But none who ever tried to free her from it ever made it out alive, whether it was Maris or the dark genie who keeps down there, or whatever the fuck else in the name of the dark powers is holding her hostage. But that is very well clear what she is.
Well, I suppose we should get going then.
To the crossroads.
Does your flesh golem have a name?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
all of your people have names. Tell me your name, one by one.
Animal
All 50 of you.
Is, our
House.
driver, and I can't stand at the helm. The Kenku over here, that's Chukka, that's Chalk. The imps here we have Clyde, that's Leroy, and it's the Pac-Man.
So sorry to have threatened my friends to kill you, I say to the Kenkus.
That red cap over there is Nondaril and his brother Anders. The Flame Skull is Philly, like we said, and everyone else is, they're people too. Different people. We keep a lot of bearded devils on board, adventurers who lost their way. Here, come inside. I can show you the last one that we picked up.
Oh, God. Which
And
cameo
she offers
appearance.
you inside of the Hellfire engine, which she tells you is named the SS Diana.
Cute.
Oh, we've got this little punk squabbling halfling named Borean. Managed to hold him
Jesus
hostage.
Christ.
Found him on planes.
Florian.
Yeah.
Doesn't
that-
mean anything to
Oh.
any of you.
Was that this lifetime?
No.
No.
Okay.
Aeons. Very cool. I'm gonna go sit with your flesh golem. Seems like an okay guy.
Yeah, come in, come on down inside.
I will enter the vehicle.
You get inside, and you can hear a halfling. Hey, somebody come let me out, please, please let me get out of this place.
I go
Mad
straight
Maggie
over
says, "Oh,"
there. I go directly
and
to that.
you see there's a halfling. Their hands and feet chained to this wall. They're in very dingy, simple clothing, robes that cover their body. You can see that they appear to have a number of magical trinkets in their possession, um, and they seem rather demure and upset. Oh, you
Release
must be
this
stuck.
man.
Mad Maggie says, "What's it to you?"
He is obviously
This
uncomfortable.
is a valuable adventure. Can fetch a lot for this, the open market.
That is horrible.
If you have an asset, you can trade to Mad Maggie. If not, I don't want to hear about how horrible it is. I've got this Borean punk motherfucker chained to my wall. He's a source of wild magic, too. We can use him to charge the engine, generate diesel.
What would count as an
Mad
asset?
Maggie's got a rigged up contraption for endless diesel, harnessing the power of wild magic.
This
Works
is
even in the spell plague.
What would you consider an asset for his freedom?
Mad Maggie's job isn't to negotiate freedom for my hostages. Now, come along this way. I'll show you the driver's seat.
I can trade you some alchemist fire for him. I've got one flask I can give you.
One flask isn't going to do it. How many do you have?
3.
3 flasks of alchemist fire is a good start. It'll get us through a fortnight. I need something else to sweeten the pot, though.
Little help here, guys.
Magic catalyst, maybe. Gems, jewels, soul coins.
Come on, Illican, you were the one who wanted him free.
no. I'm here.
Little help
I'm
here.
like staring in shock. I mean, I don't have anything. Do I? Like, what could be worth to her? What could be worth more than like what single magical item could be worth more than a guy with a bunch of magical items on him? Like that's like how I'm looking at this. Like I don't have how many soul coins do we have? I don't think we have any more of those. So that we burned it
We've
in
only
the.
got the special one.
Hmm?
Only got the
You have
special one.
Yeah, it's the one with Theodos in it, right?
Yeah.
No, different one. You have
Oh.
the theater soul, and you have one of the ones that were given to you by the Dragonborn.
Oh.
What's he
Are
worth? A soul
we?
coin? It's one adventurer. How much could he be worth? A soul coin?
Soul coin is good. And you can see that she's doing the math in her head. Well, it might be close enough, though. It looks. She looks over you. What about you, robot man? Offer something to Mad Maggie for this person's life.
Well, I suppose, well, I could, I could do some light entertainment. If you need anything from the pits of pestilence, I'm immune to disease. I could help you go fishing there.
You want us to spew down into the pits of pestilence for our amusement and treasure? Ooh, Mad Maggie likes your style.
I didn't say that. I like the idea of this being something he's talked into. And it's just like,
Oh my god. Okay, Mad Maggie says, "Oh, all right, let's do that. We'll tie a rope around you, good steel titanium rope, and drop you down into the pestilence."
I
Better
Mad
take
Maggie,
one for the team.
I've never driven before.
I wanted to go wading. Oh, it's going to be.
Okay. So she takes a soul coin. She takes the 3 units of Alchemist Fire. She grabs a titanium rope harness and hands it to you, Janus. She says, "You may want to get back on the bicycle. You have a better view."
There's only room for 2 people bicycle. So
Illiton.
Oh,
Sorry, she hands me what?
She tells you that you might want to get on that bike if you want a better view.
A view
Welcome
of
to
what?
borrow. Oh, you'll see.
Has she
It's a good
unchained Borean yet?
Yeah.
She goes up to the wall and she presses a button. This always happens to me. Just my luck.
He belongs to me now.
Borean ding dings a tuning fork and let's see, I need to roll a D100.
I asked Mad Maggie, so he belongs to me now.
The tuning fork just resounds and nothing happens. Mad Maggie says, Mad Maggie isn't really interested in this anymore.
No, I'm saying, does he belong to me now? We have made the deal.
That's really fucked up. People don't belong to other people.
Oh my god. Answer it yes or no. Is that not the deal we just made? You presumptuous hag.
We just split freedom.
The deal was that I released the fucking creature. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a horrible person, so I assumed that you were trading him as a slave. That's exactly what you said you were doing earlier. I was asking, does he belong to me now? If yes, then I was going to turn to him and say, you are free now. I free you. You're the horrible person here, okay? It is okay for me to bind you because you are a hag.
I don't want to add to the situation, but technically
I thought there's been a lot of hag shaming here.
If we split 3 ways, there's 3 of us. We all contributed something. Like,
presumptuous.
But you're also free. That's fine. So funny.
Okay. I'm Borean, by the way.
Hello, Borean. I am Ilikan Anakalathayo Galakanu Kalagiano. It is a pleasure to meet you.
And I'm Nell.
Hello.
I'm Janus.
You guys seem like you're really, like, you've got it all figured out. How do you manage to stay so happy here? It sucks. I've been in prison. They did
tell
bad
you
things
how.
to me.
All you
out
need
there.
are the bare necessities.
Yes, the one thing you can control is your reaction to a situation.
And then we break out into singing the bare necessities at him.
It is the bare necessities. Keanu turns into a bear ferret.
The bare necessities.
Oh god. Sorry. Fucking. We're good.
Mad Maggie says, "Oh my goodness, that's the most entertaining thing. We get a double feature. Beautiful." Well, Mickey says we're just about ready for the show. Do you mind if I do the honors? Mad Maggie is the one to kind of toss you out and pull you back up. Magically reinforce my grip.
What is happening?
I have these gloves of extra giant strength.
Oh, extra pulling! I have a friend with one of those. Yeah. Pulling gloves, nice.
What is going on right now?
Giannis is getting thrown into a pit of pestilence.
Oh, okay.
For Borean's freedom.
I think it like Tina's talking to Giannis like they're a coach before a boxing match. It's just like whispering in his ear.
Off Tina.
Do this.
Like if Giannis's hairline could recede, you could tell it would be receding right now out of pure stress. Like he does not want to do this.
You're like beaming a little bit. Okay. Um, yeah, like Mad Maggie said, did you want to go out and do you want to use one of the bicycles? Or are you gonna stay in Mad Maggie while Mickey's driving?
I think I want to hang out with Borean.
Oh,
I can take the bike.
okay. Well, yeah, you're welcome. Get on, get the great view. Just make sure to follow along the path behind our vehicle and be safe. And afterwards, be very careful because we're going to go down the hollow hills. And if you go into one of the pits in the hollows of the hollow hills, um, well, you'll end up in the same kind of mess that your friend, uh, yeah, Janice, is getting stuck into now.
Understood. I'm
But
gonna
you
go hop
can't
on them on
cross
that
over
bike.
them. So, and this bike goes a bit faster than than Diana does. So, just bear that in mind. You've got a fire projectile, and we can shoot out acid from the front of Mad Maggie's vehicle, among other things. Also, bear that in mind. We've got a wide berth. All kinds of crazy, different wild spell things might happen out there in the plains under the spell plague. It shouldn't call it a spell plague. It's really more like a spell quake, spell fissure. Look at Mad Maggie again rambling. All right, we're about to throw this robot off. Come on, come on.
I'm
And
gonna go
she,
hop on that bike.
yeah, you can get on the bike and they can just like put out a platform so you can and follow behind that way. And you begin to ride in through the pits of pestilence. The first thing that you notice is the putrid smell and the sounds of moaning and whining that are coming from the different bubbling pitch infused pits. There's a smell of ichor and flesh being stewed and steamed. And Illicon, your processors are in a funk. You've got a metallic leather harness on around you, and your danger sensor is peaking.
I'm not a robot.
Janus.
Janus.
I'm sorry.
I like to think Janus has a Geiger counter and it's like fucking maxed out right now.
Yeah, it's buzzing.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. Mad Maggie's done this before in a dream.
Was it safe then?
She tosses you over her head, and you are plunged into a pit of dank pitch and flesh mounds and lemurs. If you know what lemurs are,
Ugh. Yeah.
there are a bunch of them. And they
Yeah.
simply claw and bite at you. Make a perception check, or yeah, and see if there's anything else you notice while you're down there.
No. 13. I have +9. How do I keep rolling shit on you?
So you aren't able to notice anything the first time that you're flung up, and you come back and you're a bit worse for wear. Yes, but she throws you back in.
Oh god. Oh, no.
You can do it, Janus.
Until you get something that's worth something to me.
Oh god. Okay. Janus is back in. Do I roll again?
Yes.
Fuck's sake, 15. Janus! You're +9. Just roll above fucking 10.
You come back and you have what looks like a large, dark spells scroll tube.
We should probably research
This is on the right track, but I don't really think it's quite what I'm looking for.
Oh god. Well, don't touch it without gloves, you'll get diphtheria. Am I going down again?
Third time's charm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to throw you down back into the pits.
Just do it.
And Mad Dog spins you overhead. What are you doing in the meantime, Illican? Are you up or are you hanging out with Borean in the hold?
I'm just sitting down next to Borean.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't mean to make you think I wanted to own you for a second there.
Oh, well, that's how basically most parties that I hang out with treat me.
Tell me about
The
that.
artifact I had to carry.
Where did
And
you
he
hail
tells
from?
an amulet that he became possessed by in a realm called Cineros, where time was caught in a loop and the plane was sort of continuously set on a cycle of destruction. Um, he managed to escape, but this amulet was the thing that was responsible, and he had become sort of the victims of a party that was trying to capture the amulet and their hostage,
He still
essentially.
has this amulet?
No, he does not.
Ah.
But in the process of it being stolen from him, he was caught by a very powerful fiend. It's like a tiger man, and
Rakshasa.
kept in the yes, that's the one, and kept in a dungeon in hell. And he's only just been able to escape. Well, that he says that he had been escaped and was trying to teleport out of the plane, but that because of the magic of the spell plague, he was only teleported around and then became in the clutches of Mad Maggie.
Oh, why don't you try again?
I guess I will.
Take us with you.
And
I kind of want to ask a question, but I don't know how my character would know
You're
this.
outside on the motorcycle.
I know this
Yeah.
is out of character, but
Yeah.
didn't Borean travel through with one of the dwarves as well?
They got teleported
Yeah.
at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
get
know how
teleported.
to ask it though. Like
Are
if he
the
was
dwarves
traveling with
okay?
anyone.
Oh no, he wouldn't have seemed to have known.
Okay.
And it's possible that all of the dwarves and everyone else got taken where they wanted to go. Like they could have been put into random places in the multiverse. There's really not much of a way for anyone to tell at the point at which they disappeared.
Okay.
Borean is a wild magic sorcerer. Anyone who traveled with him would know that, and he has said that, and that's always given him a difficult time getting along with people and
Stigma.
parties. Stigma, yeah. He's always carried it, and you can tell that he's just like exhausted at this point, really worn out and uh, seemingly defeated. But he appreciates you sitting and talking with him, um, and asks you a little bit about your own adventures.
Yes. And I'll tell him all about it. And tell him to, hey, it's not so bad. You'll get home and just find a place where you can sit down and not adventure. Maybe you're just not cut out for wild magic people. And I bump him on the shoulder and cast Calm Emotions.
You do that, and it's as he's like, maybe you're right, and he goes and he dings the tuning fork that he has again, and a little light shines around him, and he shoots off like a star out the window.
I roll a 50 when I cast Calm Emotions as I bump him on the shoulder for my wild magic.
Oh, what?
I rolled a 50.
50. Oh, cool. So you yourself feel calmed by this spell, and there's something calming about seeing the
Oh.
light as it shoots.
Oh, fuck. I was already chill as a cucumber, and now I'm like, oh.
Fucking
Yeah.
boofed out.
At this point,
I go to sleep. I go to sleep.
as you go to sleep, you see your companion tied with a rope falling into one of the pits of pestilence.
Oh, they're having a good time.
They don't look like they're having a great time,
They
if I'm
did it. They
honest.
would do it to do this willingly. It was their choice, right?
Yeah, it was their choice. And I think on the third time, Giannis is actually kind of beginning to enjoy it. It's like the second time you go on a roller coaster and you're like, oh, okay. Like,
This time you come back with a tall mirror. And, oh, actually, it's covered. You can tell that it's a mirror just intuitively, but it's in the shape of that, but it's covered in a black cloth. And Mad Maggie says, I think we got the one. Oh, there we go. And she pulls you in. And she says, I'll be if this isn't a mirror of life trapping.
ooh. Should I take the cover off? Keep it on?
Nope, we're gonna keep it on for the time being.
That sounds ominous.
Nope. Gonna keep it covered. Yep.
But if we needed, Mad Maggie will come to you, and you can be the one to do the honors. Okay?
Well, thank you. I'll try not to think about that too much.
Nope, Mad Maggie's just gonna pop it in her pocket here, and it shrinks down.
Oh, nice. Video game inventory. So
Yeah.
would you like to do one more time? That was actually quite enjoyable.
Oh, I guess that you can grab it if you grab anything now. That's fine. Well, let's see. Let me get down there and just roll me a D100 as you.
It sounds like a roller coaster scream, like not one of like terror, but just like yeah. 88. Oh god.
You come back up with a pair of rose-colored glasses.
I think Giannis would be wearing them when like Maggie pulls them down. It's just like,
Wait, don't we like already
my
see
new-
hell through rose-tinted glasses?
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
true.
it's very on the
This
nose.
certifies your lack of psychological effects in hell, and we'll say that it gives you advantage on charisma checks.
Stylish. This is after Giannis cleans them. Right now, if you touch them, you get diphtheria. So like, he just,
Yeah, they wash you with tequila.
Oh, nice.
Only thing to get this gunk off is tequila.
I assume water and soap would, but this is fine.
Shemeshka would be the one to bring in all this stuff. We use it mostly for keeping the car clean.
Oh, doesn't prestidigitation work? I think Giannis would prestidigitate himself afterwards, just to be extra clean. Prestidigitate.
Careful doing that. The spell plague might end up with no legs. Seen Jerry over here prestidigitate one of his legs clean off. Isn't that right, Jerry? And there's a mage. And
He
he's
waves
like,
a
"Yeah,
leg at you.
I'll keep that."
Goodness.
Shake a leg.
Can't even
He goes-
healing spell it back.
To his business. And Mad Maggie says, well, everyone, if you want to see, we're getting just to be about the place where the crossroads are. Although, if you look down and you get increasingly close in your car, you see a tall, black wooden stake with a couple of arrows and one extra arrow, or what looks like an arrow on it. It only points in two directions, and when you get close enough to see, Mad Maggie stops the car, and you can see that one arrow points off, and it says Maris. The other arrow points off, and it says anywhere else. And the one in the direction towards Maris has what looks like a scale of some creature with the word way out carved into it, pointing toward Maris.
Interesting.
The Column of Darkness. Well, it's been nice existing, I guess, Mad Maggie. I never did want to die young, but I guess 600 years is enough time. Now that Zario's come, everything's gonna be different anyway. Probably gonna end up taking over the Nines, displacing Bell as the new ruler, archdevil around these parts. And I'm just not sure if Mad Maggie wants to live in a world that corrupt with a fucking angel of heaven ruling over Bator. I just don't know if I can recognize this world anymore in the way that I had a part in it.
Are you just diatribing, or are you fishing for someone to tell you it's going to be okay?
Knucklebusters, go down with me. We're gonna have a regular Thelma and Louise moment.
The first one.
It was the first one. And says, well, I guess we ought to hit on the road now. Let's be going that way.
I'm going to treat the tank like a carriage and just chill inside.
Yep. So she shoots you down the hollow hills, and goes up over the pits. You can hear more sounds of lemurs, and Janus, you have these flashbacks. And
What a good time.
then you cross the crossroads, like I said, and continue to make your way to where it becomes more and more like plains and flatlands until you reach what appears to be a pit, just a massive pit with magical darkness, or some kind of darkness that just seems to envelop it. And the sky overhead continues to blare its red, bloody color. And the blood moon hangs over the top of you as you begin to make your way down into this dark column. And that is where we're going to stop this week.
Right as David stepped away for 2 secs.
What can you do?
Right on.
But yeah, that I wasn't expecting that really at all. Mad Maggie only shut up because of a random dice roll.
Yeah.
I'm glad she did. It was fun.
Well, it's funny because I've got to see Jeremy Crawford's interpretation of the character, and I needed it to be similar but different, kind of unique to itself.
It would have been really cool if I could have planar bound Mad Maggie.
I know.
Well, we've got Clyde.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to execute the combo.
Yeah.
It is one of those ones that, like, oh,
Because
yeah,
it was given to me at the end.
If you do this in the right way, that's like a final boss.
Damn, I should have asked for a bearded devil. Why did I ask for an imp? Fuck.
So after this ends, do you keep Devil Sight and Polymorph? Or is it only for as long as you have Clyde?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you probably still have Clyde after you get where you're going.
I don't need Clyde. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been a lot cooler to have Mad Maggie. Now Clyde's just going to be an irritating NPC in the party for the next 10 in-game days.
You could tell Clyde to go with Mad Maggie.
No. I went through all the work and effort. I spent a good 100 gold and silver dust for that spell. He's going to work for us, but, he can do his thing, which is kind of cool. Look at him go.
I will just say a lot of dust.
All right, well, I'm going to press the button now.
Yeah, bye everyone. See you.